Talking about musicians and understanding music, let's see. Greg, are you there?
I'm here.
Can you hear yourself? Because I don't have headphones. You do?
Yes.
All right, cool. And introduce the gentleman to your left, and let's see if we can hear him.
Well, this is my friend and the co-coordinator for New Music on the Bayou, Dr. Mel Mobley.
Good morning.
Good morning there, Mel. Could you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are my ears this morning there, Greg Lyons. This is episode 2. New Music on the Bayou, which is going to be 3 days, 8 different locations, a very unique concept. And Dr. Mel, if you would, why don't you take us back to the beginning? Because in episode 1, we had Greg talk about, the cooperation of you and he, and then the I guess, inception, and now taking an idea. This is 5 years old, New Music on the Bayou. Go back to, oh, by the way, this is not a soundproof studio. That was
okay.
Anyway, take us back to the beginning.
Well, I guess it was 2016, is that correct? And we were, Greg and I have played together a lot over the years, and we were talking about how we wanted to bring more of what we do to our community and realized that would be kind of up to us. So we put this festival together. We had no idea what it would become at that point. We thought it would be some small little thing that we might get a couple of concerts a year out of, and lo and behold, that first year, once you advertise for composers online, they come flocking. So
we talked about with Greg too the composition, if you will, of the composers. Not only is this local, regional, statewide, but this is global.
Oh, without a doubt. And I think that was what really surprised us from the very beginning. Like I said, what we do is we put out a call for scores for composers to submit pieces, and in that first year we put that, we sent out flyers, but we also put it up online.
Right.
And when we started getting applications from England and Australia and Italy, we were a little nervous, to say the least, about bringing those people. They have to come to see their compositions played, and we were a little bit nervous about hosting that many international visitors. And but it's all worked out great, and all of them have really, really taken to the region.
Greg Lyons and Mel Mobley here in the studio, episode 2 of New Music on the Bayou. This is something for you, the family, everyone to come out and to enjoy totally free. It's a gift to the region. I would dare say, we'll talk into the funding, because you want to give thanks for that, because this thing isn't done, I guess, on love offerings, or you'll take those love offerings, but at the same time, folks, if you don't want to come out to various and sundry places like Ruston Artisans or the Biedenharn Museum or the Black Bayou Wildlife Refuge or the campus of Louisiana Tech or ULM, it's up on YouTube. What channel?
Right. You can just do a search for our YouTube channel, New Music on the Bayou, and you'll see all 8 concerts have the direct links to our YouTube Live when we go up, and yeah.
All right, so talk about the funding, because people
Right.
are coming in far and wide, and is there monetarily awards? Am I misremembering this, or?
That's right. We have all 8 concerts, and all events for the festival are free, but we're able to do that because we have some wonderful sponsors that have been with us since we started, including the Louisiana Tech School of Music, and also the ULM School of Visual and Performing Arts, as well as the Monroe Symphony League, the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council, Century Next Bank here in Ruston, and many more. And so we're able to make that happen with their support.
Yeah, it's been a very from the very beginning. One of the things that has been important to us, and that we've really loved doing, is giving voice to the local musicians. There are a lot of amazing performers, both at ULM and Tech, on the faculties there. And during the summers, most often people like that are going to scatter to the winds, and they're going to go play where they can get gigs in the summer. And we wanted a chance to make them provide that service here, and so that is the primary expense that we have, is to go to pay the performers.
Awesome. Now let's we're talking. I'm seeing if I can get some feedback here. Welcome. But what we're going to do now is do a tutorial, because this is innovative. It is a what do they call it? A progressive supper, where you go to some person's house. This is like a progressive concert series,
It
right?
sure is, yeah.
The progressive supper. You know, you have the hors d'oeuvres somewhere, and then you go somewhere else. But let's go to newmusiconthebayou.com. Experience 8 free concerts, contemporary, solo, chamber music, live or online. We've discussed this. But each piece, correct me if I'm wrong, Mel and Greg, is an original composition.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Most of these pieces were written within, I would say, the last 5 to 10 years. There may be some that are a little bit older. Some of them have never been performed live before, and so that's always really exciting for us, being a premiering a piece. And so as you go through the week or the weekend and see the various concerts, you're going to see a huge variety of voices compositionally, a lot of different styles.
Different styles and also different types of instruments. You know, we're going to have piano works for guitar, strings, woodwinds, brass, even electronic and electroacoustic music, and even a piece for sound art sculpture. So we really run the gamut in terms of variety of programming.
All right, 8 free concerts. It starts June 3rd at 1 p.m. and it's going to be at the University of Louisiana at Monroe, the Biedenharn Recital Hall. And then that very same day, you have 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. and the art crawl inside the palace. Now, I know the pictures that were up on your Facebook page are from 2017, and obviously protocols are going to be respected in all place, but this is a neat thing to have you incorporated into the art crawl.
Yes, and actually that concert is not going to be in the palace.
Okay.
That concert is going to be outside next door to the palace. There's this big, wonderful grassy lot. Now, the one sound sculpture piece that we have, I believe that the last information I got is that is going to actually be housed in the palace during their offerings for the art crawl. So you'll get to see that piece there, and then you can walk outside, and at 7 p.m. we'll be holding our concert out there on the grass.
Greg, did he say sound sculpture?
Yeah.
So a sculpture is going to make sound?
Absolutely. It's one of actually that piece is by the last year's competition winner. And he is very technologically minded, and so I'm not exactly sure how it all works, but it involves a sculpture that looks a bit like a cello, and it has lights attached, and those lights are reactive to the soundscape that then is an electronic soundscape.
All right, so that one is going to be June 3rd, and will that be?
That's June 3rd at the art crawl.
At the art crawl. All right, so the very next day, it's going to be over at Louisiana Tech at the F.J. Taylor Visual Arts Center. On the June 4th, you have 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and then a 7 p.m. So you're going to have 3 on the second day, and Ruston Artisans, right over our shoulder here, is a free performance for all to come and see. And before we go into the next day's events, Mel Mobley and Greg Lyons, I lost my train of thought on that one.
Schedule?
What the pieces are going to be on those concerts?
Yeah. No, that wasn't it. But go ahead and talk on it.
Well, okay. So this year we have 47 pieces, and so Greg and I do know the 47, but it's sometimes hard to remember which concert they're placed on.
Right.
I do know that the afternoon concert there at Tech includes a lot of solo and piano, because this year we are doing that with electronic piano because we are outside, and we have piano on loan from
O'Neill's
Music. And so we're really excited to see how that works. But we have a piece for trumpet and piano. I know we have one other soloist in piano, and then we have a piece for bassoon and electronic audio, and that'll be really novel, I think, for people who haven't seen something like that.
I know what I was going to say is, but these are all free, but Greg always wants to make sure everybody understands that the rehearsals are free as well.
That's right, yeah. We've got events happening throughout the day. These concerts that we're spotlighting now will be, interspersed, but we're going to start early in the morning with composer presentations, and then performers will be rehearsing, and so all of that will be open to anyone who wants to come and visit.
All right, let's go to the final day, and that will be, here we go. It's going to start, the Black Bayou Wildlife Refuge. How does somebody get selected to do their piece there? I bet there's got to be some kind of fierce competition, right? Because that's an incredibly auspicious place to perform.
It really is, and it's we've used that every year. We rotate venues every year, so sometimes we use a place and the next year not, but that's been kind of one of our hallmark concerts. It's always an amazing day. The composers come out and they wander the trails of the Bayou, and they get a little tour, and then we all sit down for the concert in that little amphitheater back there. So it's a wonderful a wonderful, wonderful venue. And the first year, I think we were a little bit nervous about putting pieces out there because you just don't know outside how things are going to work.
Right.
But it has been it is always one of the best and most interesting concerts, and the composers, it is always their favorite, I would say.
Yeah.
I would dare say, in my mind, just defaulted to the quote woodwinds and how sensitive they are to the humidity of Louisiana. But as you just said, Mel, it worked out fine. I would dare say you also have incredible feedback, and maybe it's up on the website, I don't know, of artists who have enjoyed their experience coming to Louisiana and part of New Music on the Bayou. Is that up there anywhere, like letters of appreciation or like?
I don't know that we have that on the website. We probably should do that. I do know that one of the things that makes us feel the best is, as I said, that first year we had composers from around the world, and there was a person from Italy, and he'd never been to the United States, and he says, "I'm coming, I'm excited," and I thought, oh goodness, we're going to be hosting you on your first visit in Monroe and Ruston,
Right.
and how is this going to go? And he loved it so much, he's come back every year except for one.
Awesome.
And he simply loves it here.
NewMusicOnTheBayou.com, NewMusicOnTheBayou.com, 3 days, 8 locations. Let's cap it off here. It will be starting in the morning at Black Bayou Wildlife Refuge, then at 3 p.m. That is at 10 in the morning, 3 p.m. at the University of Louisiana Monroe Brown Auditorium, and then the Biedenharn Museum and Gardens. Has that always been the final site for this, or that all changes?
That changes as well.
Okay.
But we did do it there last time, and we thought it was really wonderful. Now this year, because of the COVID protocols, we decided to put as many concerts outside as we could.
Sure.
And that has this, obviously the gardens back behind there are beautiful, and they make
Right.
a wonderful concert setting. So that concert will be out in that back garden.
All right, anything we can say here this morning, and folks who are watching this for later on, if you would be so kind to help us help more, you know what to do on social media. Push it out there, push it out. Please make a comment, even if it's 3 dots. This is how we work the AI, the artificial intelligence algorithms. Just make a comment, say something, and then tell others about it to make this the most successful New Music on the Bayou 2021. Anything we can say here, Greg, before we go, and maybe pick an episode 3 somewhere in the future?
The one last thing I would say, because I don't know if you mentioned it on episode 1, on that last concert we also include dance. Every year we have 2 pieces that we select out of the ones chosen, and we have those 2 pieces choreographed by professional choreographers. This year it is Tina Malone, the former dance teacher at ULM, and Vanessa Kanemoto, the current dance teacher at ULM, and they're both choreographing works, and they will be on that last concert.
I know it's a nonprofit organism, the New Music on the Bayou, but are you open to ideas and volunteers to make this even more unique and innovative in the future, and how would somebody do that?
That's right. We would welcome and encourage anyone who's interested to get involved. We have a link right on our website homepage where you can volunteer. We also have a button there if you'd like to contribute. We're so grateful, as I said, for our businesses and organizations and individuals who sponsor our festival. And then, like Mel said, that final concert, it includes choreography. It also will be the concert where we announce this year's composition award. So we have 1 piece that is judged anonymously by 3 judges, and then we get those results and we announce that winner. We also have 2 runners up, and so we'll make that announcement on the final Biedenharn Museum and Gardens concert.
Awesome. Mel, anything else before we...
I think that covers it.
Awesome. This is new radio on the Bayou. You've inspired me.
There you go.
So, all right, we're going to end this streaming. You all know what to do. Help them, help us, help more, and push the message out. So as we continue to create a